My girlfriend said, "It was just physical." I replied, "Then pack your things." Then I sent his wife the screenshots, emailed HR, packed her boxes, and I just smiled because she still had no idea HR and his wife were waiting at that team lunch. Best Reddit story original post. I am 33, male. My girlfriend Melissa is 31. We had been together a little over 4 years, no kids. We shared a small townhouse outside Chicago and a quiet life. I work in network security for a hospital. Stable job, decent pay. I like routines and plans. Melissa worked in marketing at a mid-sized manufacturing company. She dressed sharp, spoke fast, and always had a new project. Her boss was a man named Richard, around 45, married, 2 kids. I met him once at a company picnic. Firm handshake, loud laugh, the kind of guy who talks over you without noticing. Melissa talked about him a lot. "Rich is brilliant," she said. "He really believes in me." At first I was glad she had a boss who supported her, then some things shifted. She started staying late more often. "Last-minute campaign," she said. "Rich needs me." She came home with expensive wine he insisted she take from client gifts. There were more work dinners, more networking drinks. Her phone, which used to lie face up on the table, began to live face down. It buzzed after midnight. She said it was group chats. One Tuesday, she said she had an off-site strategy session on Saturday. "Whole team," she said. "We are working on a big launch. I might just stay near the office after. Do not wait up." My stomach dipped. Saturday strategy sessions were not normal. That night she fell asleep on the couch. Her phone buzzed on the coffee table. The screen lit up with a preview. "Could still feel you on me all day," the message said. The name at the top was R. I picked up the phone. My hands felt steady. My chest felt hollow. I opened the thread. It was Richard. There were weeks of messages, long ones, short ones, photos I did not want to see, a video from a hotel room, her in lingerie I had never seen in our home. He wrote about meetings as cover. "Tell him it is the team." I booked the usual room. She replied with details about my schedule. Times I would be at work, times I would be at the gym. I took screenshots of everything. I sent them to my own email. I did not wake her. I did not throw the phone. I put it back, screen down, and sat in the dark for a long time. When she stirred, I said I was going to bed early. In our room, I opened my laptop. I searched Richard's full name. His LinkedIn came up, then his Facebook. In photos, he was always next to the same woman, his wife, Christine. Her profile was private, but there was a message button. My first action was simple. I clicked it. I started a new message. "Hi Christine, you do not know me, but I think we need to talk about Richard and Melissa." Then I hit send. Update 1, Christine saw the message the next morning. I got the typing dots, then a reply. "Who are you?" she asked. "What is this about?" I told her my name and that Melissa was my girlfriend. I said I had found messages between Melissa and Richard. I wrote that I had proof and that I was not trying to hurt her, only to give her the truth. She asked for my number. We got on a call while I sat in my car before work. Her voice was steady. "Do you have screenshots?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "A lot." "Send them to this email," she said. "I will look, then we will decide what to do." I sent them. Texts about hotel rooms. Photos, notes about strategy sessions, jokes about their spouses. It made my stomach twist to read them again. She replied an hour later. "Thank you," she wrote. "It is worse than I thought. I knew something was off. I did not know who." We talked again that night. "I have suspected for months," she said. "Late nights, deleted texts. He called someone Mel in his sleep once. He said it was a client." "I am sorry," I said. "Do not be," she replied. "You did not do this. He did. She did. I will not stay married to a man who treats me like this." She paused. "Our company has a strict policy about relationships between managers and direct reports," she added. "If this comes out, they will both lose their jobs." "I figured," I said. "I want one thing before that," she said. "A clear confrontation, no shouting. No denial, no gaslighting. I want him to see that we both know." We made a plan. Their company had a big quarterly meeting the next week. After the big talk in the auditorium, there would be a catered lunch in the atrium. Families were welcome. Melissa had invited me. She said, "You can finally see where I work." Christine planned to attend too. Richard thought she was coming to support him. He was presenting a segment. We decided to meet 10 minutes before lunch near the main entrance. The day of the meeting, I put on a button-down shirt Melissa said she liked. I drove to the office park and parked far from the main doors. I sat for a moment breathing. Inside, the lobby was sleek. Glass, chrome, company logos. People in lanyards walked past. Christine was waiting by a plant near the entrance, dark hair in a braid, tired eyes. She wore a plain black dress. "Aaron," she said. "Yes," I answered. We shook hands. "Thank you for telling me," she said. "I am sorry you had to see all that." We stood where we could see the atrium doors. After a few minutes, the crowd poured out from the meeting. Melissa walked with Richard. They were laughing. She touched his arm. I felt something inside me go very still. Christine stepped forward. "Rich," she called. He turned. His smile flickered when he saw her. Then he saw me behind her. Then he saw Melissa freeze. "Christine," he said, "what are you doing here?" "We are here to talk about your strategy sessions," she said. Her voice was calm, no shout, no tears. Melissa looked at me. "Aaron," she said, "what is going on? Why are you here with her?" I pulled out my phone. I opened one of the clearer screenshots. It showed Richard's name, Melissa's photo, and a message. "Same room as last time. Loved the way you looked against the hotel headboard." I held it where they both could see. "This is what is going on," I said, color drained from Melissa's face. Richard's jaw clenched. "What were you doing in my phone?" Melissa asked. Christine answered before I could. "He was finding out why his girlfriend was planning hotel nights with my husband," she said, "while you two used us as cover." Richard took a step closer. "We can talk about this at home," he said to Christine. "Not here." "No," she said, "we will talk here. You do not get to cheat in secret and then hide the truth." People nearby started to notice. Conversations quieted. Melissa looked at me. "It is not what it looks like," she said. "It is exactly what it looks like," I answered. "I have months of messages, photos, dates that line up with every late meeting you told me about." Her eyes filled, but her voice stayed sharp. "You could have come to me," she said. "You did not have to drag my boss's wife into this." I held her gaze. "You made it her business the first time you slept with her husband," I said. Richard put a hand on Melissa's shoulder. "We should go upstairs," he said. "Now," Christine held up a small folder. "I already forwarded everything to HR," she said. "They will be waiting. We are done here." She turned to me. "Thank you," she said. Then she walked away toward the elevators. Richard followed, muttering something about clarifying. 2 HR reps stepped forward to meet them. Melissa reached for my hand. "Aaron, wait," she said. "We can fix this. It did not mean anything." I stepped back. "I am leaving," I said. "Your things will be in boxes when you get home." I walked out of the building into the bright parking lot. I did not look back. Update 2 on the drive home, I made a mental checklist. Lease in both our names, utilities in mine, joint savings with a small balance, her car in her name. I spent the afternoon boxing her things, clothes, makeup, work laptop bag. I left anything that was shared furniture. I labeled the boxes with her name and stacked them by the door. Then I opened our bank app and moved half the joint savings to my personal account. It was not much, a few months of small deposits. I left a note line in the transfer, half balance per agreement. I called a lawyer a friend had used during his divorce. I explained that I was not married but shared a lease and accounts. "Send her written notice to move out," he said. "Confirm the split of shared funds. Keep records of everything. If she refuses, call me again." While I waited for Melissa to come home, my phone lit up. First with texts from her, then from mutual friends, then from unknown numbers. Melissa had started her own version of the story. She texted, "I cannot believe you ambushed me at work. You made a private mistake into public drama." I typed and deleted a few replies. Then I settled on one. "You had a long-term affair with your boss," I wrote. "You lied to me and helped him lie to his wife. I told her the truth. That is all." She did not answer that. One of her coworkers messaged me. "HR is talking to them now," she wrote. "Apparently relationships between managers and direct reports are banned. This is bad." I did not respond. When Melissa got home that night, she tried her key. It still worked. I had not changed the locks yet. I wanted a clean handover first. She opened the door, saw the boxes, and stopped. "You packed my stuff," she said. "Yes," I answered. "Your clothes and personal items. Furniture stays until we figure out the lease." She dropped her purse on the couch. "You ruined my career today," she said. "Do you understand that? HR is investigating. They might fire both of us." "You ruined your own career," I replied. "There were months of chances to stop. You did not." She stepped closer. "It was just physical," she said. "It boosted my projects. It got me closer to a promotion. It did not mean anything." "It meant enough to risk your relationship and his family," I said. "That is more than nothing." She crossed her arms. "I will tell people you were emotionally abusive," she said. "That you controlled what I did and who I saw. That is why I looked elsewhere." I pointed to our shared bookshelf, to a small folder. "I printed the messages," I said. "I have them backed up. You can say what you want. I have the dates, the screenshots, the hotel confirmations. Use your words carefully." She stared at the folder and said nothing. "I want you out within 2 weeks," I continued. "We will split the rent for this month. After that, I will find a roommate or move. I will send you an email tonight with the details and copy our landlord." She grabbed a tissue from the table. "You are cold," she said. "No," I answered. "I am done." The next day, I got an email from HR at her company. They wanted to confirm that I had provided the screenshots to Christine and that I was willing to share them directly. I sent them everything. 2 weeks later, Melissa told me they had fired both her and Richard for violating company policy. "No severance. They flagged his file as not rehirable," she blamed me. "You could have stayed quiet," she said in a text. "Now we are both out of work." I did not reply. Christine sent me an update too. "Thank you again," she wrote. "I filed for divorce. My lawyer says the evidence will help. The kids are confused, but I will not raise them in a house built on lies." Some mutual friends tried to stay neutral. One wrote, "Melissa says it was just a fling and you overreacted." I forwarded him a single screenshot with dates. No comments. He replied later, "Okay, I did not see all that. I am sorry." Melissa posted a vague status on social media about men who weaponize HR and snitches who cannot handle strong women. A few of her friends cheered. Others, who knew more, stayed quiet. I did not post anything. I went to work. I paid bills. I went to therapy once a week and talked about trust patterns and what I had ignored. By the time Melissa moved out, my anger had cooled into something else. Not forgiveness, not hatred, just a clear boundary. The apartment felt bigger when she left. Update 3: about 9 months after everything, Melissa reached out again. She texted, "Can we talk? One time, no drama." I stared at the message for a while, then I replied, "We can talk at the cafe on Maple, Sunday at 2, public place, 1 hour." She answered, "Okay, thank you." Sunday, she was already there when I walked in. She looked different, thinner, tired, hair in a messy bun, no work badge around her neck. "Hi," she said. "Hey," I replied. We ordered coffee, sat across from each other. "I wanted to say I am sorry," she said. "For what I did, for how I reacted." I waited. "I lost my job," she continued. "Richard lost his. Christine filed for divorce. He moved into some small apartment. His kids are angry at him. My parents are disappointed. I am working part-time at a call center now." "It is a mess." I listened. "I know I did this," she said. "I am not blaming you. You told the truth. I thought I could handle it. Keep everything separate. I was wrong." "Yes," I said, "you were." She looked up. "I miss you," she said. "You were good to me. You were steady. I did not appreciate that. I know I do not deserve anything from you. I just wanted to see if there was any chance we could try again." I thought about the texts, the hotel nights, the look on Christine's face in the atrium. "No," I said, "there is not." She flinched a little. "Not even after all this time?" she asked. "I have changed." "You have had consequences," I replied. "That is not the same as change. Maybe you are different, maybe not, but I will never trust you again. That is enough." She blinked. "I would not do that to you twice," she said. "You did it to someone else's family while you were with me," I said. "That tells me what you are capable of. I take that seriously." She looked down at her cup. "I am alone," she said. "Richard is a mess. His kids hate him. Christine will not let him near the house without a schedule. Most of my friends picked sides and did not pick me. I feel like I blew up my life." I let a few seconds pass. You did, I said, and now you have to build a new one without me. She looked back at me. Then why did you agree to meet? She asked. So you could say your piece, I answered. So I could know I gave you one chance to be honest. I have heard you. My answer is still no. We finished our coffee. When I stood to leave, she stayed seated. Take care, Melissa, I said. You too, she replied. I walked out. The air felt ordinary. Final update, it has been almost 2 years since the day in the atrium. The relationship is not just over. It feels like it belongs to someone else's life. The lease is now only in my name. I have a roommate who pays half on time and leaves his dishes in the sink sometimes. Normal problems. Work gave me a promotion. I moved up to lead on my team. I still go to therapy, but less often. We talk about goals, not just wounds. Christine's divorce went through last winter. She kept the house. Richard pays support and sees the kids on a set schedule. She sent me a short email when it was final. Thank you again, she wrote. I am tired but free. Melissa still works at the call center, from what I hear. She tried freelancing for a while, but her name in that industry is marked. She rents a small place with a roommate. She does not post much online anymore. Richard took a job in another city at a smaller company. Someone from his old team told me. His title is lower, his pay is less. His LinkedIn posts are about second chances and learning from mistakes. I am dating someone new. Her name is Nina. She is a high school art teacher. She has no interest in office politics. She asked about Melissa once. I told her the story in simple words. She listened and asked one question. What did you ignore at the start? She said. The way my gut twisted when she brushed off my concerns, I answered. I will not ignore that again. My nephew, who is 9, asked me at a family dinner why I was not with Melissa anymore. Did you break up? He asked. Yes, I said. Why? He asked. Because she was not honest with me, I answered, and I need honesty to feel safe. He thought about it, then nodded. That makes sense, he said. If my friend lies in Minecraft, I do not trade with him. I smiled and ruffled his hair. That is where I am now, not angry. Not wishing her harm, just clear. Sometimes when I scroll old photos, I see one from that company picnic. Melissa smiling next to me. Richard behind us, hand on her shoulder. At the time, I thought nothing of it. Now it reads like a caption that was there all along. I do not keep the screenshots on my phone anymore. I back them up once for safety, then let them go. I do not need to reopen those messages to remember what they meant. The main thing I keep is the lesson. If your partner's late meetings start to feel like stories instead of facts, pay attention. If they call you controlling for asking simple questions, pay attention. And if you find proof that your life is being built on someone else's lies, you always have one clean power. You can tell the truth, step out of the mess, and walk away.